What's up, everybody, and welcome in to another edition of the Sit Down. As always, if you enjoy this live video, please make sure you hit that like button and let me know what you think of the discussion in the comment section below. If you're watching us currently live on YouTube, welcome in. Please say hello in the chat box to the right of the show. If you're new around here, you just haven't done it yet, or you're living under a rock and seeing this video for the first time, I don't know what you're waiting for. Hit that subscribe button below now so you never miss another sit down video. What's up, everybody? Welcome in. It is Tuesday night. It's been a while since we've been live. I hope you're staying warm. Really, most of the country right now is in a deep freeze, but hopefully you're staying warm here on a Tuesday evening. Make sure you check out my latest video on the story of the bizarre murder of Frank Cali. Why exactly did the person they say did that piece of work, why did he do it? Well, I went to the scene of the crime and spoke to people that knew Anthony Camello best. And let's just say the reason they told you he did it probably wasn't the reason he did it. So go check that out now on my channel. Check out all the latest videos that I put out. Tonight, we're going to talk a little bit about some of the randomness of what goes on here on Mob YouTube. And as we know, there always seems to be a back and forth between former guys in that life. Obviously, I just kind of talk about it. I don't have a dog in the fight a lot of the time. Obviously, there's no love lost at times between me and some of these people. That said, I have no ill will towards them. I always have the same respect for all of them. I don't care what some of these people did. It has no bearing on me. That said, recently, we've seen some very interesting videos, most of them lives coming from our old friend Dominic Sakali, who we've had on this show. In fact, I think we might be credited for the first people to ever have him on YouTube. I'm not going to say I discovered him, but his channel's kind of taken off and he's doing his thing. Recently, though, certain people have wondered what exactly is going on with Dominic Cicale. He seems to be in a back and forth with Joey Merlino. We're going to try to get to the bottom of what's going on with him. So I reached out to the Joey camp. I told them, hey, Snuff, you want to come on? He mentioned that he had something going on tonight. So I contacted Dominic. I said, hey, Dominic, you want to come on and kind of let us know what's going on here? And I'm going to see what's going on. So let's welcome him in. Dominic Sakali, I haven't talked to you in a long time on this channel. How you doing?
I'm doing well, How are you, Jeff?
I'm doing okay. Another day, another dollar here on the Mobtube streets, as they say. So Dominic, people have reached out to me and they're asking me, what's up with you? What's going on with you? You seem to be a little disheartened lately. What exactly is going on, and why are you? What is your beef with Joey Merlino exactly?
I don't like when people come on here and they lie. They make it out. They portray that there's something they're not. Not saying I'm not going to take anything from Joey as far as being a gangster or thug. He earned his stripes to get to where he was. But I just feel him coming on in this genre, it's not a good look. It's not a good look for him. It's a good look for us because it does pump up the views going back and forth. But I just don't like his antics, his lies, and I have a hair up my nose with him from a while back. They sent an investigator to ask questions about a purported crime I committed with my grandmother. He has family members. And to me, that's a rat move. He wasn't fighting his case, wasn't fighting a case. I wasn't testifying against him. And let's just say, Jeff, if I did commit a criminal act that I didn't tell the government, here comes Joey trying to dig up the dirt. What was he going to do? Expose it on YouTube? Maybe get somebody in trouble? That's a rat move. So, and
yeah, look, Dominic, I want to make this very clear. I've been critical of some of the things that he's done on here. I think, look, I get that he doesn't like some of the people as far as people he calls rats, informants. That said, I do think delving into people's search histories on the internet is kind of bizarre, sharing texts with people, doing things like that. Again, I don't have a dog in the fight here. I've just watched some of your videos. It seems like you're taking all this a little personally. Are you?
I am. I just don't like when somebody comes out and lies. Like he'll say, E.G. Vacher is horrible, which listen, I have more people coming back buying it and telling me, Dom, the vodka is really that good. Like, if you're going to knock me, knock me. I mean, I have a lot of skeletons in my closet. You don't have to make up stuff just to, try to prove a point or try to get views. When you start making up lies, and when he did first come on, he called all of us rats, liars. We were all no good. He's going to tell the truth. He's going to expose everybody. He did the same thing with Sonny Franzese. He basically called him a rat, and the guy's a legend. I mean, Joey Merlino couldn't even shine Sonny Franzese's heels, not his shoes, the heel of his shoe. And he's going to call an old timer a legend no good. He's out of control, I feel. Just his mouth, his verbiage. Now, if he wants to attack me, like I said, I've killed people. I've extorted people. I did a lot of harm out there. You could attack me. Come after me. I ratted. So what? But when you have to make up stuff, I think that's disgusting. I could make up stuff on him, and I'm not going to do that. I just wouldn't do it. I'll attack him, or maybe I'll challenge him on things he's doing, but I'm not going to stoop to a level. I think it's despicable. It's disgusting.
When you were in the streets, right? If you had heard someone had an Instagram or they were doing a podcast, what would you think of that?
Well, when I was in the streets, it didn't exist. But
let's say it did. Let's say you're still there
if
today.
it did, no, you can't. You can't. Listen, when you get your finger pricked, meaning you become a made guy, one of the first things is can't speak to media, can't talk to law enforcement, and just stay away from media. A reporter asks you something, keep on walking. Have a nice day, keep it moving. And that's it.
Recently, so you're more or less saying that it more or less has to do with just that you consider him kind of a bully. Is that kind of what you're saying?
Yeah, him coming out trying to say I had a baseball bat stuck up my ass.
Yeah, what's that all about? Do you want to talk about that? What's that going on there?
Well, it all started with a guy, Michael Hippie, who's now a captain in the Genovese crime family. And it just shows that for Michael Hippie to be a captain in any crime family, it just shows how depleted the mafia is. Because Hippie is known as a cokehead, somebody who needs 15 guys behind him to prove a point. When we were younger, I robbed Michael Hippie. I put a gun to his head, took his half a kilo of cocaine, kicked him out of the car, and he was left walking in the street with his shirt, and he wasn't even in his neighborhood. So after that, Hippie always swore he would get me. He would do something. I ran into him on the street. He didn't do anything. He was by himself. And then when he was with a bunch of guys, he still didn't do anything. And furthermore, when I did go away for my murder beef in state prison back in 1988 for killing somebody, I pled out to manslaughter, and Hippie put a label on me. I was a rat. And he said I had a baseball bat stuck up my ass when I was grabbed. Somebody tried killing me, which never happened. They did grab me, took me to the cemetery, beat me down for about 2 hours. Cops came. And when the cops came, it's funny. The guys, because they had guns on them, they remained by the tombstones. I walked over to the cops because they flashed their light into the cemetery. As I walked over, I was a bloodied mess. They asked me, I said, "You okay?" I said, "Yeah, those guys are just my friends." This is the thug mentality I had. I said, "Those guys over there are just my friends that cleaning me up before I go home because my mother's going to freak out." And at that time, I might have been 18, 19 years old. And I walked back over there. Cops left, and that was it. They got beat up some more, and that was it. Went home. They let me go. I knew I wasn't getting killed at that point. The cops saw them. But, Hippie his thing was, let me put a bad label on Dominic. The rat thing didn't work. The bat thing didn't work. So now Joey Merlino wants to run with something that's not true. Even Joey saying I was a CI back in when I caught that case. Never cooperated with the government, and I challenged anybody, yourself too, I mentioned, Jeff. Do the research, pull up my state case, pull up Vinny's trial.
Well, I will interject. I have, and that definitely didn't show up. Also, keep in mind, if that would have happened, you would have never been accepted into the Bonanno crime family. I'm sure they would have. I'm sure they didn't just make anybody back then. You obviously were around Vinny Gorgeous. It wouldn't have been difficult to pull that information. Here's what I will say, and this is interesting you bring up Hippie, because I have a source that I speak to on a regular basis that told me that he is very upset and has a real axe to grind with people on YouTube, particularly. I don't know how we got on the discussion of me. From what I understand, he is not very happy with people that go online. He doesn't like that whole thing. He maybe does have an axe to grind with you, and clearly he's had that for a long time. Again, I'm sure if you were violated, you don't seem to me as that kind of guy that would ever have that happen to him. So
no, it could happen. Listen, it could happen. If it did happen, I'm the type of guy say, you know what, guys, it happened. There was nothing I could do about it.
Yeah.
You know, I had a gun to my head, but it never happened. And
well, look, I mean,
he has a grind that he doesn't like people on YouTube. He has an axe to grind.
From what I understand, he has a
Joey Merlino too. Then,
right. From what I understand, he has a major issue with even people like myself who talk about this stuff. He's got a real issue with it. Which, again, that wouldn't make a whole lot of sense if he should be upset with him as well. Listen, I think some of the things Joey does, I don't agree with. I've talked about that before. I do remember him at one point stating that he would only go after people involved with his cases. Again, I think some of you guys definitely, I'm not going to say you bring it on yourself, but Dom, you do a little bit because you would keep engaging him. He keeps engaging you. And it's just kind of been a back and forth.
Oh, absolutely. You're right.
But you're not worried about the threats is what you're saying.
Threats, Jeff, I'm not worried about anything. You know what? In my heart, I know, listen, I cooperated, took the easy way out, but nobody better ever get it twisted. I'm still a gangster at heart, meaning somebody comes to try to harm me and my family, all bets are off. I'm going to do what I have to do. The only difference is I'm not going to cover it up because I'm defending myself. After I leave them in the street, I'm going to call law enforcement, tell them to come get the body.
What do you say to the people that are wondering if you're having some sort of psychological problems or you have some sort of substance abuse issue? You've looked a little disheveled. Do you have any thoughts to them? Like what do you mean?
No substance abuse. It's a joke. It's a joke. A little disheveled. I just don't like bullies. I don't like people coming out here. You know what? Joey didn't like when accusations were made at him going with a minor. And then he went at Anthony Arlotta, who I happen to like him. I never met him. We spoke. And to me, Arlotta explained what happened. Okay, cool. But it was nothing like the way Joey purported. And I think that's dirty. That's dirty. So you know what? I don't like bullies. I never did, never will. And I was never a bully.
So you're not worried about any. You're not worried about any.
Listen, I'm not worried about anything. Like I say on my channel too, I'm not stupid. My house, my property, I have more cameras than they probably have at the UN with motion detectors and everything. It's just, hey, I'm being cautious. But at the end of the day, when my time is up, my time is up. Only one person is going to take that, and that's the guy upstairs.
You made a comment recently that I wanted to get some clarification on from you. You made a mention that you were going to start hiring private investigators to go after active people in the street. Is that true?
Well, I'm crazy. I threw it back at Joey. You know why?
You're using it as
so okay. Joey, you know what I'm going to do? We're going to have the dumb mobster of the month, and here's what this is going to do. I'll hire an investigator to follow around. Say if you were a maid guy, I'll use you as an example, to follow Jeff around. Now, all of a sudden, you might be doing something illegal. The investigator, click, 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 gets the pictures. I show it on YouTube. Don't get mad at me, Jeff. Get mad at Joey. Since Joey's exposing a rat of the month, I'm exposing a gangster of the month.
But you're not going to actually do that.
Nah, I'm not going to do that.
Okay. Because I think it is definitely clear, Dominic, you do have a major axe to grind with, first of all, members of the Genovese family and members of the Bonanno family.
Oh, I do. Definitely, I do. Listen, they conspired to have me killed. So
Right.
between Michael Washington,
and you remember, I had real questions as to whether that happened or not. If you remember, you and I didn't see eye to eye on that, and I can understand why you didn't think that. Again, I don't know if you did or not. I don't.
Well, Jeff, I have no reason to lie. And just to clarify, the feds aren't going to come out and say, "Hey, Dom, this guy's looking to kill you." Hey, Dom, are you okay? Here's the questions. Are you okay? Yes. Do you know this guy? Yes. What's up? Oh, nothing. I just want to know. And this guy, Dom, have you seen anybody around looking around or any unfamiliar cars? No. Why? Well, you know, this guy's in jail. So, you know, if something would happen to you, he's in, you know, they give you innuendos and any imbecile could pick up on it. Who's who, who's what. But I know the guy who was going to do the hit was Dominic DeLuca, and Hippie and Johnny Joe were in cahoots to make it happen. So, you know, I figured, let me put it out there, and this way it backs everybody up. Because now, I mean, if something does happen,
if that's true, that would be, I mean, ridiculously dumb at this point. Because again, these people are being watched more than anybody. Okay, so where's this going to end with you and Joey? Do you think it'll just stop, or?
Oh, listen, we could go on a live together, face to face.
He's never going to do that.
No, because he doesn't have the heart. Joey's all mouth. That's all he is. Listen, he ran into people years back in West Palm Beach, and when Joey realized where he was at, and I heard it from numerous people, Joey was by himself, and he was nervous he was nervous, put it that way. Anybody would be. But you know what? I can make it happen where we do run into each other. I'm not going to look for a problem, but I'm not going to avoid it either. If he comes to me, or, you know, I'm just frustrated at this point, just with his lies, his antics. He thinks he's better than everybody. He thinks just because we ratted, we're soft.
Yeah.
So he has it twisted.
Yeah, I definitely think that is where I kind of get out the boat a little bit with him. I can understand why he has the feelings the way he does. That said, I mean, I don't think you're any less tough, you know, as far as, you know, you were a guy that was doing things. Also, I will point out, I do think Joey does make it clear that he's always the victim and everything. First of all, I don't know if any of these people went to prison because they were innocent and their people were good men. They went to jail because they were criminals.
We all were. So,
and I'm gonna guess, and this is just my opinion, it doesn't change the fact. That said, I think Vinny Gorgeous Basciano would have been convicted regardless of your testimony. I think that's just the truth of the matter. I think there's one thing we can say about you, and I don't, you know, we've had our fair share of differences, you and I. That said, I mean, you've never really you never really distanced yourself from who you are. You are a guy who did what he did. I don't think you're proud of it. And I think that means something in terms of again, I don't care what you did. That has no bearing to me. And most of the people that have an issue with it, a lot of these people in these comment sections, I mean, they would flip over a day in prison. So I don't really think their opinion means much. But it's not going to stop on him. I think he's going to keep going, and I think you're going to keep going. So I don't know if it'll ever stop.
Listen, I was always brought up the way I conducted myself. You do something to me, I'm going to act back 10 times worse. So if it gets to the point, you know, like I said, we could sit down. I'm cool with him not liking me because I cooperated or I'm a rat. But why do it behind the screen? You're a mob boss, shelf mob boss, as per Scott Bernstein. Why not one-on-one live? We go on any stage, studio, wherever you want. And like I said, I'm not going to advocate violence or put my hands on you. But if you come at me, you raise up, I feel threatened, I'm going to leave them there. I guarantee you that. And
yeah, I mean, listen, Dom, we're talking in
say
fantasy.
something, do it to my face. If you
Yeah,
have
that's
things to
never
say,
Right.
right.
gonna happen. So I
So to
think
me, you're a
we're
coward then. This is a mob boss. This is somebody coming on a level like this. You're a mob boss. Come on, that to
well.
me, that's
I
a
think
joke.
I think that's definitely ridiculous at this point. Dominic, we have a question here. Are you gonna box Eric Foss? Or a fight planned? That
No,
actually probably be a decent fight.
what I would like to do is set up a whole boxing thing in this mob genre. Have people
Yeah,
go.
a lot of people have pushed that idea. That idea has been around for a while. Look, I think it would work. I mean, it would take some money behind it.
Right.
I think it would work though, especially with some of the creators and each other. You should do it. I mean, no one's ever had the money to do it, but
No, I would like to do it, but you have to get more than just Eric and myself on board. You know, you would need a card, and then I would love. My dream would be, I would start with Eric, and I would keep it maybe 3 rounds, 3 2-minute rounds, but I would want to fight 2 people in one night. Eric, I would start with, and then the last one is the washwoman, Mancuso.
wow. I mean, then we would really realize the mob is dead if that ever happened.
No, I know that would be my dream, but
as someone, look, I fought on one of those cards. It was a complete mess. We did it when I was at Barstool. It's definitely fun and people love it. I think you would obviously have to get some big names. You would obviously need like a Junior Gotti or someone like that. Could you imagine Sammy and Lee Cole fighting? Or
I'd like to see Sammy, maybe Joey.
That'd be a decent fight. Maybe
Just
a little stuff.
You know, but you know, Joey might have the advantage because he's younger, but Sammy has heart. You know, Sammy definitely has heart.
Cooking with South Philly says, "Come to the cheesesteak joint, Dominic. Joey will talk to you in the back."
Yeah, I could imagine that.
Now, Dominic, that would be a view thing right there. If you hired a camera guy and you went to the cheesesteak spot and walked in, and that would be interesting.
You never know.
That would be interesting. So I guess the final question is, you're okay. Nothing's wrong with you.
No, I'm fine. You know what, Jeff? I come on. Maybe I want to have fun, lighten up. You know, I had my back tore up. I had my hair done. So, you know, I'm like, all right, let me just have some fun.
Okay.
And that was
it. I will say, I do give you a lot of credit. I think you've learned the one thing about making content that a lot of people don't realize and understand. You don't have any shame. I'll give you that. You come on here, you speak your mind, regardless of whether you're going to get shit for it or not. So I do give you a lot of credit with that. I agree though with Joey. I think if you're going to do it, I don't think you even have a problem with him talking shit on you. Just keep it, keep it 100.
If something really did happen, cool. You exposed me. You brought it out. But for you to make up stuff, that's like me saying, you know what? Oh my God, Jeff, Joey was caught. He nodded out. He had a needle in his arm. I know because my friend was there.
Yeah, I got it.
That's kid shit.
It's not right. It's not right. Well, look, he did it with me. He said I was 302'd in a mental facility. That's not true. That never happened. I went to one.
And Joey should know they don't do hair plugs anymore. It's grafts.
Right.
So he's in a different era.
Okay, got you. Wow, look at this. Look who's in the chat. JR Rubio is here. Says 90% of his. Hey, JR Rubio, you want the link? I'll bring you on if you want to chat a little bit. Dominic, so are you going to get back to just your stories, or Dominic, I got to ask you before you go. Can you just give me a affirmation that the news I reported about? Well, actually, never mind. I'm not going to ask you. I know you don't
know
want
where you're going, and
you don't want to talk about that guy. Okay. Okay.
But it was a good story, real good story.
Okay. Thank you. Well, listen, Dominic, I appreciate coming on. So you're just saying stop, just keep it professional.
Yeah, if he's going to attack me, but don't make up stuff. And where he really, I think, stepped over the line was having an investigator go to my cousin on 2 occasions. They called asking questions, digging in. You just don't, you don't do that. That's like me getting investigators right now and starting to dig up shit, what's going on the street on people, and then putting it out there because I have the grind.
It's definitely weird.
And at that point, I never did anything to Joey other than let him know, listen, you're coming on this channel. It's a bad move. The government's watching. And, but like I said in a different interview, Joey always wanted to be a movie star, a celebrity. He tried doing a reality show about 9-10 years ago and then pulled back from doing it. And
I think a lot of people would just always say that's Joey being Joey. I remember when I was a kid, Dom, this is a true story. I remember I was 7 or 8 years old. I remember I was in the car going with my father to a Sixers game, and I was listening to Howard Eskin, who was a sports radio guy in Philadelphia. Joey called in to the radio station and discussed something that was going on in the city at the time. Supposedly he was connecting a lot with this guy, Eric Lindros, this hockey player, and he called in and invited him to his social club at the time. He's always been very out there and open. That's always one thing that I knew about him. And again, say what you want. He is who he is, I guess.
No, listen, he is who he is. But when you start making up lies, come on, it's not right. It's not right. Because, and you know what? And I finally got him. Somebody said, Dom, check out the video. Because Joey's passing the comment, I had to be a CI because I got caught with a gun and a silencer. They didn't know about the gun and the silencer the murder happened in 88. They didn't find out till I cooperated in 2006. And then I heard Joey say, well, I was wrong. That's why they make erasers on pencils when people make mistakes. Well, Joey, you just have to stop with your shenanigans. If you're going to say something that's true, say it. And I'm a big boy. I could take it. But when you start making up stuff, then to me, that's disgusting. And I will go back at him 10 times harder with truthful stuff. Because there's one mob guy who Joey never has said a word about.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, I know.
Yes, and he has a ton of stuff on Joey.
Well,
that I could get from him.
We're not gonna bring up
real. If it's true, it's not. But you know what? Joey has a lot of skeletons in his closet, and who knows what doors might open up.
I will tell you that
you never know.
That guy is a lunatic for sure. So
we all ought to be on social media, Jeff.
Yeah, you're 100% right. One other question before we go, Dominic. There's a YouTuber, I guess he carries Joey's water. He put out some bizarre cryptic threats to you as well.
Oh, Billy Lunar, yeah. I just saw the threatening words, what they were saying, and then all of a sudden they cleaned it up at the end. But I have no idea who he is. I'm not even going to listen to his shenanigans. It seems like every time he's talking on a mob video and then he throws pictures up of gorgeous women, I see. So now he wants to exploit women as well. I think he's disgusting. He's foul. And it's just another guy who carries Joey's water. And who knows where the hell he came from.
Yeah, he's a weird character. He used to try to interview me. In fact, I gave him an interview once. Now he hates me. But yeah, another fucking nobody.
Why? Because he's on Team Joey, and
which is nothing wrong. Listen, I'm friends with a couple of guys over there. I try to keep it professional. I invited Joey. He's welcome to come on here at any point. Snuff's welcome to come on. Either way, Dominic, I thought I'd check in and see what was going on. And I guess at any rate, it's good that you're doing okay.
No, thank you, Jeff. One last thing, Jeff.
Yeah.
Because there's a lot of comments passed, especially by Joey. These guys need my name on their titles to get views. Well, I saw the video, and I'm not a stats guy at all. But I said, let me just look at it. I was curious. When Joey did John Jr., myself in the title, and Anthony Arlotta, I noticed his views within 24 hours from about 3 or 4 other of his videos that were maybe 2 days old, 5 days old, 7 days old, with nobody's name in the title. Do you know he had more views within that 24 hours than he did a 5-day-old video?
Well, listen, Dominic, I'm going to tell you.
I think we all do it, Jeff. Yeah, we all do it.
And this is one thing that I do have a real problem with. And I notice it comes a lot from the mob guys, the guys that were in that life. They say it about me all the time. I use their name for views. Yes, I do. That's my goal. My goal is to get views on here. My goal is to get Angel Gotti used to say, "Oh, he uses my name for views."
And I agree with you.
That's again, this is the job. My job on here is to get views. That's how I get paid. That's how I created and built this channel. So yes, when I have to use people's names in a title, I'm going to. Everybody does it. Okay. Joey does it. You do it. Everybody does it.
No, and my point is Joey makes it seem like we only do it for Joey because Joey.
Yeah.
And he does the same thing.
Everybody does it.
Correct.
If you were fighting Gene Borrello, we'd get a bunch of views. We don't.
Right.
And I have 630 videos. I would say maybe 20 are about Joey. So again, I kind of just do all my stuff. But everybody gets views when you put dramas in the title. Dom, I have almost 1,000 people in here live right now. If this video was titled "Deep Dive into the 1970s Colombo Family," we wouldn't have that many people here. So listen, Dom, thanks for coming on, and be well. All right.
Jeff, thank you for having me again, and much love and respect to you, pal.
Yeah, everybody go check out Dom Cicale, Mafia Roundtable, and keep doing your thing, man. Take it easy,
Thank
all
you,
right?
pal. Have a good one.
All right. Thanks to Dominic for coming on. I want to answer everybody's questions. I want to get to everybody's comments regarding this whole thing. We've got a lot of supporters of Dom in here. We've got a lot of detractors of Dominic in here. Your basketball picture starting my year off right. Please keep them coming. Thank you, Go Suit, and I appreciate that. I absolutely will. Yeah, basketball's been good to me so far. Had a great college football season, having a good NFL season, and college basketball started off well. All right. Jeff, what's up with Louis Casman? Get him back on. That's not going to happen. Louis will not be on this channel ever again. Frank D. Clementi says, "You a rat, John." All right. Frank's going at J.R. Rubio, who's in the chat. J.R. Rubio, listen, you've come and gone in this genre. We're still waiting for you to come on here and explain yourself if you want to. Timothy Sullivan, what's going on? What do we got here? Thank you, William Brooklyn. I appreciate it. By the way, if anybody would like to donate to the channel, please support us by hitting that super chat icon, little dollar sign at the bottom of the chat. We've got 871 people in here right now. Do me a favor, show some love to the chat, show some love to the super chat button, and we've got a lot of great content coming out continuously, so make sure you show some love. Dominic, how would a boxing match between you and Skinny Joey go? Well, look, I think they're in different weight classes, all due respect. Dominic's a pretty big guy, so I don't think that would be particularly a fair fight, to be quite honest. All right. A lot of people in here tonight. Come to the cheesesteak spot. We'll have your steak ready in the back. Yeah, I'm going to guess there's going to be some saliva in that cheesesteak cooking with South Philly. Let's hope they don't hire you as the chef. Mike Mack says, "Jeff is investigative reporter, the modern day Vice." Well, thank you, Mike Mack. I try to be a reporter. That's my whole thing. I'm having fun with it. A couple of super chats. German, $10 Australian. Well, we're not going to do a EG vodka promotion. They don't pay me, but thank you for the $10. Snake, my three favorite podcasts, Jeff, Dom, and Joey. Well, there you go. There's one thing we can agree on. At least you like what I'm doing and what they're doing. Black Cat 997. Good to see the two of you together getting along. More of this would be great. $10. Thank you, Black Cat. Well, listen, I always go to the scene of the crime and try to bring on the people that want to speak. I will say this. And I'm just going to put this out there, just my thought. The chat box is open, okay? If anybody from Joey Merlino's camp wants to come on the show, and when I say camp, friends, people in his circle, if you want to come on Joey's show right now, or my show right now, and explain yourself, there's the link. And if you're just someone that likes Joey, you're not invited. But if you're a part of his group, you're welcome to jump on. If there is a boxing tournament, keep Junior Pagan out of it for all the participants' sake. Well, I agree. Junior would make mincemeat of all of these people. That said, what if I told you I have someone that could beat Junior? Stay tuned. And that's no threat. I like Junior. I have no issue with Junior. But Junior is regarded as the toughest informant out there, which I'm glad you didn't say it when Dominic was on, because he does not like Junior Pagan. Junior is currently locked up, as far as I know. But yeah, I have a guy that could take care of business, in my opinion. Does Dominic have a rank of worst Sopranos characters? I don't think he's even seen it. I don't know though. You can go on his show and ask him though. Is this about the mafia? Says Nazarite. Yes, we talk about the mafia and organized crime here. Welcome in. Please subscribe if you're new here and show us some love. John Veazey could be watching. You never know. Well, if he is, welcome in, John. Anthony Arnold. Jeff, did you ever have Larry Mazza on your show? And if not, would you? No, I've never had Larry on my show. I tried getting him on maybe 2 years ago, but it just kind of kept going in circles. We were never able to get him on. But yeah, I would love to speak to Larry. I thought his interview with Vlad TV was awesome. I really, really liked it. I thought it was one of the better ones Vlad's ever done. By the way, if anybody has any comments, any questions, any things you want me to do in a future show, feel free to drop them in the comments right now in the live chat. Any things you want to know, anything you want to bring up. Who do I think wins in a boxing match between Dominic and Joey? Well, listen, all due respect, I think Dominic would win. Yeah, it wasn't really an interview, but thank you. It was just kind of a couple of minutes having him on, see what was going on. Brad Larkin, $10. Nice dialogue with you and Dom. Good content. Thank you, Brad Larkin. Appreciate that, brother. Thank you for the $10. Krasnik Tropoya, where are you from in Albania? Bajram Kuri. It's in the north. Special steak for Nadu, LOL. Well, this is why I would never go to those types of places. This is why I don't go to Patsy's Rigoletto or Rayo's or, Don Pepe's or Campagna or Bellanotte or Zia Toto. This is why I don't go to any of these restaurants because, again, I'm not well liked in those areas. There's a lot of things in my life I can no longer do anymore. I can't go to San Gennaro. I wish I could. I would love to go to Cafe Palermo for a cannoli. I would love to go to Staten Island and have pizza at Brothers. I would love to go to those places. Unfortunately, it's not particularly safe for me to go there. Do I worry about the mafia? No. I just have to make clear I got to worry a little bit more about what I go and what I do because there are people that don't like the content that I'm doing, and I'm not going to, kind of tempt anybody. Settle down, Cooking with South Philly. Settle down. All right. Good show. Thank you, Frank Fiordolino. What's going on, Frank? Nicky the Crow said he's coming back to take what is his. Yeah, I got to do a show on Nicky Crow. I've been wanting to. Let me see if the guy that was going to come on wanted to come on. There was a guy that said he might come on. So I want to text him, see what's going on. All right. What else do we have here tonight? Jeff, how you feeling tonight? Good to see you. I'm doing well, S2108. Doing good. It's already Tuesday, about to be Wednesday. So yeah, I'm feeling pretty good. By the way, if you're just here for the first time or you haven't, make sure you check out my latest episode on Anthony Camello. You can ask me any questions you have on that. I know a lot of people had issues with the Gene Gotti video I did recently. If anybody has any questions on that, I'd be happy to ask. Jeff always has a good show. Thank you, Carmine S. I try to. We try to have a good time here. Is Junior Pagan out of jail? No, I believe he's still inside the last time I had heard. I don't know exactly. I do want to mention one thing, a sad story that I heard out of Las Vegas tonight. For anybody that is, a fan, I wanted to bring something up involving mob wives. Kind of a weird story here. Maybe we can bring some awareness if anybody's seen this person. Obviously this is a circle where we have a lot of fans of this type of thing. From what I understand, one of the characters from season 5, a person called Natalie DiDonato, is missing. I saw today that a missing persons report was put out for Nat D. She was actually on season 5 of Mob Wives. And from what I understand, she's been going through kind of a tough time. She was living out in Las Vegas. She had spoken to a friend recently that said she had seemed like she'd been under some distress. Family has said she's been very distant. So definitely a sad story. Hopefully she's okay. I watch Mob Wives. Obviously, we were all into this stuff, so we definitely we definitely watched it. But definitely a sad story. I guess she's in Vegas. She never reported to the airport. She had some flights to take, never went on them. So hopefully she's all right, man. That would be a real shame if something happened to her. And if she's going through some stuff, I hope she gets some help for it. What's up, Tommy? What's going on, man? Bobby Berberian. What's going on, Bobby? All right. So the guy said he wasn't going to come on, but he said, good show. Thank you. Jared Rubio says, tell Joey to accept the link and I'll be more than happy to come on with him. Yeah, but this isn't about Joey, John Rubio. It's not about him. It's about you. It's about your story. I don't understand why you continue to pick the bear, man. I mean, you have to come on and explain yourself at some point. But again, the invite is always there. Francesco Fiordolino says Remy Sierra was the best fighter I saw in Crazy. Yeah, I think he was. I've heard of him. I got a guy that would beat him as well. But we'll cross that bridge when we get to it. Addressing Don through YouTube is viewed the same as meeting with him in person. Either way, Joey is talking to him against the code. The mob is dead. Well, it's not dead. It's still around, but I do agree and understand your sentiment. Mark Willits, love from Anaheim. We got you. What's up, Mark? What's going on? William Brooklyn says your cartel content is awesome. Thank you. Thank you so much, brother. Yeah, we might do some more cartel content soon. By the way, Donald Trump was inaugurated yesterday. One of the first executive orders was to designate cartels as FTOs, foreign terrorist organizations, which I don't know. The thought of going into Mexico to do anything about cartels is ridiculous. It's moronic. It's never going to happen. But that said, I'm not going to go into that. I know a lot of people don't necessarily want to hear about that. Who's the lunatic? Who's the lunatic? I can't tell you. I can't tell you just yet. But when I do and I can, I'll tell you. Love the show on Frank Cali. Thank you, my friend. I really appreciate that. Yeah, I did a lot of work into that show. That show took me like a month to do. I went through a lot of like interviewing people on that, kind of understanding who the kid was exactly. MITO says Rubio should go away and stay away because he can't be trusted in anything he says. Well, I don't know about that. I mean, we're going to always give him the opportunity to come on, but he doesn't want to come on. He just wants to comment. So there's nothing I can do. Uncle Harley says that's it. I don't know what you mean there. John Rubio Jr. No, we will trust Joey's guy who hasn't done anything in this life yet, spent 25 years in jail. Well, listen, Rubio, why don't you just jump on the show and we can have a conversation right now? Would you ever consider doing a deep dive on the Cherry Hill Gambinos? I don't know, maybe. I mean, I feel like we've kind of heard enough about them, but I don't know. I might do something on John Gambino at some point. All right. You could probably go to San Gennaro, just wear a baseball cap and sunglasses. Well, I don't really wear hats, so I don't listen. I think at the end of the day, like I don't really worry about it. I'm not gonna press buttons, you know. A lot of good has come from this show, so like I'm not gonna be mad about it. I just gotta be a little bit more careful, you know. I don't want to take people for granted, you know. I don't want to be put in a bad spot when I could have just prepared myself a little bit better. Yeah, sad story, isn't it? You know, I got to tell you, Frank DiClemente, I wonder if you're the same guy that I want to say that I met you once many years ago. If you're from South Philly, which I'm guessing you are, I think I know who you are. I think I met you many years ago. I don't know if you're the same guy. That is a pretty common name, but I'm pretty sure I know who you are. Hope all is well, my man. Thank you for watching. And thank you for subscribing, man. I appreciate it. Jeff, I know you did a current status of the 5 families recently. Any chance you can do the same regarding Montreal? Well, we haven't done a current status of the 5 families in a while. That'll be coming up here pretty soon. Maybe we'll throw Montreal in there as well. Thank you, Naz. I appreciate that. Thanks for checking it out. Andy Kemper says, Jeff, you look, I'm guessing good in green. Well, thank you. Appreciate that. Thank you. No homo, he says. Natalie's a nice person. I helped some family in Philly out with a family member who had cancer. Yeah, I've heard she's a nice person. She's from South Philly. I wish her all the best, and I hope she's okay. That's a sad story. Um, who am I picking for the Eagles Commanders? Well, I think the Eagles will win. I really do. And I think the Chiefs will win. I think it's going to be a rematch of the 2023 Super Bowl. Yeah, I know the show's about Joey, but I mean, why not just come on and talk about it? I mean, you have a lot to say. I mean, there's nothing wrong with that. All right, man. Well, look, we gave you the opportunity, my man. But you don't want to come on. So all the best in the new year. Thank you, Craig Tracy. I appreciate that. Thank you so much. Yeah. Listen, Brady, we're not here to talk about who's hot. I mean, the girl's missing, for Christ's sakes. Can you control yourself for just a second? That's the only thing you have to think about is coups, Brady. Why not say that you feel bad that the girl's missing? No, she's just missing. I just thought it would be important to bring it up. Jeff, I watched your show from almost the beginning when you started out. I saw the show when you opened up and told us about what happened regarding mental health. That took balls, bro. Well, thank you, Barry. I appreciate that. Yeah, it was definitely a tough time, but I've been through a lot the last year plus. So, sometimes you have to kind of figure some things out, and I would tell anybody to do the same. So, thank you so much, man. I appreciate that. Jeff, I really liked your Xavier Ebele story. I need to read his story. Thanks. Yes, you should. Go check it out. Buy his book. Xavier's a good guy. I just talked to him today, actually. Good guy. Ed says, did you see Mike Franzese said he might interview his brother for his channel? No, I haven't seen that, but that would be interesting to check out. Carlos, what's up, Carlos? How you doing, man? Hope all is well with you. All right. Frank D. Clementi says you probably can't leave your house. I think you're talking about Rubio. I'm not sure what you mean. Rubio needs to shut the fuck up. They're rats. There's greasy scumbags, and then there's Rubio. Spit this one out, bro. Well, listen, I mean, he has every right to explain himself here on this channel if he wants. And we will definitely ask him the questions that we could. But if he doesn't want to come on, there's nothing we could do. Have I ever done any episodes on Carmine Galante? Yeah, I've talked to Carlo Galante ad nauseum. If anybody would like to donate to the channel, please hit that super chat icon, bottom of the chat box. Donations have slowed down for sure. Nothing wrong with that, though. But hey, if you like what we're doing, feel free to show us some love. All right. Thank you, Go. Yeah, I saw you mention that earlier. Thank you, bro. What's up, Iwish? What's going on? Thank you for watching. What's up, Frank? Thanks, man. I appreciate that. Thanks for showing love, bro. Hope all is well with you. I'm going to say, I think I saw you make a post on Facebook about something interesting recently, but I hope you're doing well, man. Keep chilling and keep being safe, man. All right. All right. Thank you, Barry. Yeah, I saw it. I'm a little behind in the chat. Sorry. Well, remember, this state is open carry, so I don't need a permit. But again, even if I went to New York City, I don't know that would particularly matter. So, never met a normal Brady. Yeah, I don't think I have either. Brady's are weird. What is this? What is going on here? Whatever. Wasn't Rubio on Johnny and Gene's show recently? Yes, he was. He was. I think it got him in some kind of hot water, if I remember correctly. What is this all about? Scott Smith. I wish you listened to your viewers more, but hey, you're the tough guy. What? What the hell are you talking about, Scott Smith? Scott, are you going to come back to our planet tonight or what? Let us know when you do. What does that even mean? Explain yourself. Brad Larkin, $5. Rubio's chats cannot be more obnoxious. John Rubio should be the first real connected guy banned on this channel. Well, listen, we're not going to ban him. There's no reason to do that. But again, he's got a lot to say, so I invited him to come on and chat a little bit. He obviously has a major axe to grind with Merlino, and Merlino has an axe to grind with him. But thank you for the $5, my man. Yeah, we'll see how it goes. It won't be as snowy this weekend, thank God. Appreciate that, Joey Frakes. Thank you. That's my goal when I come on here. What's up, Dan? Dan Tundas. Thank you for watching, brother. Eberle was the guy that brought money to Luciano in Vegas. He also had the RCN jukebox contract. A friend in the life knew him personally. Well, I think you're talking about his brother, but yeah, they were both very connected. His brother was the Luciano guy, but either way, yes, very, very interesting people. Yes, he absolutely was, Stevie F. EC says, have you ever considered talking to Eddie, the tall guy? I don't think he would talk to me personally, but I have heard through the grapevine he wasn't particularly happy with the show I did on his ex-wife. But you think Vito Guzzo will be recognized as a member by the other family since he was made in jail by the Colombo Crime Family? I have no idea. I have no idea if he will be. I know some families recognize that, some don't. I'm going to guess that not a lot of people will step to him, though. I know that. Leo Carrion, $10. Thank you, Leo. Glad to catch you live. Hope you're doing well. Keep up the great content. Thank you, Leo. Yeah, I'm doing well. Hope you are too, man. Thank you for jumping on. How about them Eagles? Yeah, how about them? Dom is going live, and he's just called you a fugazi. Well, all right. I'm going to go ahead and not believe that, but fair enough. I guess is that what you're doing tonight on a Tuesday night? That's what you're doing. Like, don't you have anything better to do, Josh? All right, but hey, you've subscribed and you waited 53 minutes to say that, so thanks. Jeff, join late. We'll catch up. Thank you, Dave. Jimmy Moran, stop being a little cocky midget and talking about active guys, and you won't have to be scared to go places. What a punk Lily wannabe Italian white boy. Thank you for subscribing, Jimmy. Have a great night. Jojo Christmas, what's going on? I'm here. We want you to go after Sammy more because you're a badass at what you do. You're the one, dog. Well, I mean, I think I've done enough going at Sammy. I mean, we've had plenty of shows on him. What more could you want, Scott Smith? Jeff, sorry, I actually meant to ask you for your email as I'd love to reach out to you, bro. Sorry for being a pain. Well, my email is here. I try to keep my email private. I have just so much going on. I don't really have time to send emails back and forth to people, but if you feel the need, you're welcome to reach out, brother. Dan Tundas, $10. Thank you, Dan Tundas. I appreciate that. Skippy, what's up, Jeff? Good show. Rubio is a geek. Well, he's done nothing to me. Obviously, people aren't big fans of his. Now that he's in here, Jimmy Moran was Sammy's name in Witsec. Yes, it was. Is that him, I wonder? I'm a big fan. Well, then why come in and say dumb shit like that? Do you know anything about Giovanni Rocco? Saw the interview on Self and Underbelly. Don't know how to confirm if it was all true. Yes, he was definitely an undercover. He was not an FBI agent, though. It was state police, I believe, out of New Jersey. No one's going to say shit to Vito, and eventually him and Teddy are going to run the Colombos very soon. Yeah, I couldn't agree more. Am I rooting for the Bills over Kansas City? Well, yeah, I think I would love to see someone other than the Chiefs in the Super Bowl, 100%. But the truth of the matter is, the likelihood of going to Kansas City is nearly impossible. I mean, it's not impossible, but it's got a small chance of happening. Realize that in Josh Allen's career, or not Josh Allen, Patrick Mahomes' career, from November on at home, 43-6 straight up. I mean, that's pretty unbelievable. He just doesn't lose at home. Throw in the fact that they have the better coach, they have the better defense, and let's just be honest, they get a lot of calls. And in a coin flip type game on the road, that's going to be a really tough call for Buffalo to have. Throw in the fact that, you know, both underdogs in both games are not particularly good on defense. The Washington Commanders are absolute disaster against the run. That's going to be a major issue against Saquon Barkley. We saw how much the Rams struggled. And remember, too, about the Eagles. This is something that I think is very undervalued about them. We haven't seen Jalen Hurts have a particularly great game all season, and they still are scoring almost 30 points a game, and they're in the NFC title game. So, I mean, going into Philadelphia and Kansas City, very difficult, very difficult. Eagles are very good in this role, and so are Kansas City. What is my favorite mob movie of all time? Gotti, the HBO version. All right. Jeff, love the show. Are you still planning a meetup? Yeah, possibly. Exactly. Thank you for subscribing, Jimmy. Appreciate it. Alan Norman, do you think John Gotti Jr. and Mikey Scars have a back channel? I mean, communication. No, I don't. No, I don't. Not at all. I don't think that would ever happen. No. Love your lives, Jeff. Always great comment coverage. Thank you, Dirty. Appreciate that. I'm from the DC area. It's crazy to see them get this far in my lifetime. Never thought I'd see it. Well, Jaden Daniels is that dude, my man. Jaden Daniels is that dude. Well, look at this. Raul Ferro, 99.99. Great interview, Jeff. Thank you, Raul Ferro. I hope you're well, bro. Haven't seen you much, but I'm hoping everything is good, man. You're a good man. I thank you for all your contributions over the years. You are a great guy. I really mean that. I thank you. Hopefully we can link up soon, man. By the way, Raul Ferro, I will be in New York for 2 interviews I'm doing with pretty big platforms. So I'm pretty looking forward to those. My goal in 2025 is to kind of become not an ambassador, but to make this genre bigger. And I'm going on 2 really big platforms, 2 really good people that are fans of what I do. And I'm really looking forward to kind of growing the channel and growing this genre and talking about the mafia on a bigger stage. So that'll be fun. We're going to do those in mid-February. I got to go up to New York. So hopefully maybe we can link up, Raul. Lamar Jackson is a phenomenal talent, but he'll never get over the hump. Well, he's terrible in the playoffs. I mean, that doesn't help either. He's a good guy, Raul. Real good guy. Sir Blue, it's Fanoke. There is no K in the alphabet. And Fanoke derives from Finocchio. Yes, exactly, Mustache Pete. Exactly, Mustache Pete. Mustache Pete, our only moderator. Not that I need it. I really just had him in here because if somebody says like the N-word or something, we want to get them out. But not always he can answer, you know. Thank you, Barry. Appreciate that, brother. Thank you so much. Shout out to Scotland. I'm not going to talk about Sal Polisi. I've talked pretty much ad nauseum about him. Did I miss live and shalom? No, you didn't. We're still here. Yeah, Raul's a good guy, man. He's always taking care of us here. I like the Bills, but no way would I bet against the Chiefs. Well, that would be a good idea. They're very good in this spot. Yeah, we'll do it. We'll figure it out, Raul. All right, guys. I'm going to wrap it up. It's been about an hour here. I don't generally like to go much over an hour, and we've come to the end of the comments. Had a lot of comments tonight. Thank you to everybody who donated. A couple of people in here, man. Really appreciate it. Some of our friends always showing love. It means a lot to me. Shout out to everybody for commenting. Shout out to everybody for participating. Pretty clean chat. Yeah, it usually is. We don't have a lot of jokesters in here. We kind of get them out. There's nothing wrong with coming in here and having fun, but there's no need to be a dickhead about it. Great show tonight with Dominic. I follow his podcast and I like his no holds barred style. Have you ever done a show on Tommy Aggro? His compare was Joey Gallo and a pretty brutal guy. I haven't done anything on Tommy Aggro, but I will at some point. He's on my list. I do want to point out one other thing before we go. Make sure you check out all my videos. If you haven't seen something, also understand in the description of this video is our podcast. We have dozens of audio episodes you probably haven't heard. That's where we talk about Carmine Galanti and all these other people. We've done a show on literally everybody. We've even done shows on people not in the mafia, like Victor Boot, Kabani Savage, the Gun Trace Task Force out of Baltimore. I've done all sorts of videos. Pablo Escobar, Griselda Blanco, all sorts of shows that you don't see on YouTube. They're in the description below of our audio podcast, which you can find on Spotify, iTunes, wherever you get your pods. Anytime you check it out, make sure you subscribe. It would do a lot of good for me, and it's free. If you can't donate, you can't support us that way. We all have iPhones or app or Android. Go to Spotify, go to iTunes, search the Sit Down, and subscribe. It would mean a lot to me, and it would help me a lot. So if you can do that, it's free, and it would appreciate it. Thank you, guys. Thank you, bro. Appreciate that. Jeff, how's it going with the girl? Well, we'll keep that secret for right now. It's okay. It's okay. Thank you, Pasta. How's the Audi? It's great. It's great. I don't drive much, but when I do, it's great. Thank you. Settle down, Edgar Neal. I'm not looking forward to that. I'm good. I'm good. Thanks, everybody, for watching. I'll see you all again next time. Later.